Your drinking water, where does it come from? Does it fall from the sky? Is it drawn from a nearby lake? Or is it pumped from far beneath the ground we walk on? Actually, it comes from all these sources, each one being linked through an ongoing process called the hydrologic or water cycle. When water vapor collects in clouds, it falls to the earth in the form of rain and other precipitants. This water will eventually flow into surface water areas such as streams, rivers, lakes, and oceans. Some water travels more slowly, underground and out of sight. It seeps down through layers of soil and rock crevices until it eventually reaches the water table. The water table is a saturated zone of interconnected spaces within sediment or rock. Water found in this saturated zone and in underground aquifers is known as groundwater. In areas where the water table meets the ground surface, the groundwater is discharged into marshes, streams, lakes, oceans, and other surface water areas. Through evaporation, water vapor is then returned to the atmosphere. Rain, snow, and other forms of precipitation will form again and fall to the earth. Hence, a continuous cycle of related events whereby water traveling as surface water may become groundwater, and what was once groundwater may become surface water. Less than 1% of the Earth's available supply of water is fresh water, or water that is available for drinking purposes. In South Carolina, more than 50% of the population's drinking water comes from groundwater sources, while the other remaining population utilizes a surface water source. Depending on the source used, the water may go through several treatment techniques before reaching your home. All of our daily activities occur within a watershed. A watershed is a region or area which drains to a particular water body. A water body can be a river, lake, stream, ocean, pond, or basin. As we study the environment that surrounds us, we find that there are many point and non-point source pollution activities that are occurring within a community or watershed area. Point source pollution comes from specific points that we can identify. This sewage treatment plant pipe is releasing a point source discharge. Other types of business or industry operations may conduct similar discharges into the environment. Point source discharges are regulated through permitting processes. Non-point source pollution comes from activities that are more difficult to identify and control. They are responsible for generating over 50% of all water pollution. Water is continually running off of streets, parking lots, and land areas. This type of water flow is called runoff. Non-point source pollution is polluted runoff. Runoff water can enter into a water body or groundwater supply through a variety of routes. Non-point source pollution can originate in areas such as neighborhoods, communities, and farms, all of which can yield pollutants from fertilizers, pesticides, and animal waste products. Additionally, oil, grease, antifreeze, and other contaminants deposited in home driveways, parking lots, or similar areas may be carried away as polluted runoff. Other contributors to non-point source pollution may be even less obvious. For instance, there is no vegetation or silt fencing on this construction site. Therefore, soil is likely to erode and be carried away as runoff water, possibly causing disruptions in the natural balance of the water body it reaches. Land clearing activities can leave soils vulnerable to being washed away by the rain or melting snow. Road construction can also contribute to runoff problems. Leaking underground storage tanks are a continual threat to our water supply areas. They have the potential to silently discharge many harmful contaminants into the environment. Pollution activities that occur in various industrial, agricultural, and residential settings can be illustrated by utilizing a representative model. Pollutants such as pesticides, fertilizers, oils, and other contaminants are present as a result of everyday activities within the community. Rain, melting snow, or irrigation can carry all of these contaminants into the water body or the groundwater supply. But it doesn't have to rain for contaminants to be introduced into our water supply areas. This tubing represents an old abandoned well located by the factory model. Not only does the open well pose a safety hazard, but someone has used it as a storage area for old chemicals and other debris. The well provides a direct inlet for contaminants to enter the groundwater supply. Protection of our water supply sources is achievable if we can identify, manage, or eliminate potential contaminants that exist in and around the source areas. This type of proactive preventative strategy is known as source water protection. The Source Water Protection Program is a community-based, proactive approach to protecting public drinking water supply sources from contamination. An adequate protection plan includes 5 major components: formation of a community planning team, delineation of a protection area surrounding the public water supply, identification of potential contaminant sources in the protection area, determination of the susceptibility of public water supply sources to such contaminants, and the creation of a plan for current and future management of the protection area. With our continued growth and varied land use, it is important, now more than ever, that we become proactive in the effort to prevent contamination of our water supply areas before it occurs. Success in this endeavor will require cooperative involvement from government, industry, local municipalities, and individual citizens. No matter if you live on the coast, in the mountains, or on a beautiful countryside, we all share an interest in the important resource of South Carolina's drinking water supply. And after all, isn't the end result worth the effort it takes to ensure a clean, safe drinking water supply for ourselves and for generations to come?